Who is this baby that everyone mentions? Doesn't she know that she steals my attention? It's Prince George here, in case you forgot. I'm fed up of hearing her name at the shop. You say she's my sister, but I don't really know her. I'm frightened and sad because my parents just dote on her. Oh, George, our sweet darling, you mustn't be afraid. Our devotion to you could never be swayed. Come on, come meet your beautiful sister. I know once you're acquainted, you will never dismiss her.
Oh, that is so cute. It really is. And is that the kind of thing that gives you inspiration on a daily basis? Royal babies? What is it?
I just love people, full stop. I was talking to your staff earlier. I find life fascinating. I find people fascinating. I just think there's wondrous things in everyone. And even if you don't know what they are yet, you just keep on digging, because believe me, there's brilliance there. There really is.
Every person has a fascinating story to tell. Every single person in the world, don't they?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, there is. There's just so much to discover. I've discovered so much about myself. I didn't even know I could write rhyme.
So where did it start then? Did you sort of wake up in one morning and think, do you know what, I'm going to have a bash at this?
It started a year ago, and I watched a film called The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. It was amazing. It literally transformed my life, my whole view of myself. I then started to really study self-development and law of attraction and things like that. And it's really that invoked this path of becoming an author.
Self-development? What?
Yeah, just learning about dismissing myths, paradigms, about, false messages about how you should conform in life and, where you're at, because what you know is nothing compared to what you can achieve. There's so many people are trapped in this mindset of I can only do this or I can only do that. You can do so much if you just tap in to this universal mind, this universal conscience, and you're only going to do that if you do. Meditation's so easy. Do you know, I used to be frightened and think, you suddenly start thinking of people sitting down cross-legged and doing all that. I don't do any of that. It literally, you can YouTube it, guided meditation. It is so powerful. It literally opens up and lights up your brain, and you start discovering things you never knew you could do.
Really? Yeah. Well, I did some meditation on a boat recently for a feature we did on the show. Yeah. As far as I was concerned, it was just sitting still for a bit, and I'm not very good at sitting still. So
I started off doing that. Somebody tried to show me how to do a meditation the first time, and my brain was so active, and I thought, this is ridiculous, I'm never going to get the hang of it. But it's like anything, a little bit of practice. The second time I did it, I found that I was, even though I thought I wasn't meditating, I actually found that I was. Because when you suddenly come out of it, you think, oh, hang on, where was I? And when you thought you were here, you actually weren't. But the more you do it, the more you become comfortable. Staring into space, in fact, there's an interesting story just come up. I've just sent off a theory to aka Dr. Quantum, Dr. Fred Alan Wolfe. He's a quantum scientist in America. He was in the film The Secret, and he kindly gave me his email address. And I spoke to him about my theory about staring into space. Our children stare into space.
Yes.
And we snap our fingers and come on, come back. That's actually the incorrect thing to do. You need to leave children, obviously, providing it's a safe environment. Obviously, don't let them do it while they're crossing the road or anything like that. But if they're sat at home or even in the classroom, you must let them be encumbered with this peaceful silence.
So what is this, The Secret then? I'm just doing a sort of goggle on it. This is, it's about the power of the imagination. Is that what it is?
Definitely, yeah. It's about law of attraction, basically.
What's law of attraction?
The law of attraction.
In a nutshell, there's a lot of information here I'm trying to process.
Yeah, sure. The law of attraction basically says that what you focus on, you get. And one particular story, even this morning, the teacher came out of Jessie's class and I'd actually given her a selfie stick.
Who's Jessie?
My daughter. Oh. Sorry, I dropped my children off at school, and the teacher came out and she said, that's unbelievable. I was only thinking at the weekend how desperately I needed a selfie stick. That's incredible. And I said, that's law of attraction. What you focus on, you get.
It's a bit like cosmic ordering.
It is, and you'll find that when you start to focus on something you really want, the serendipities and the universal synchronicities really bounce into action, and you'll start to receive signs that things are starting to move. It almost feels like the whole world's become focused on your goal, on what you want. You'll suddenly start seeing pictures of things that you want, or if there's a holiday you want, you'll suddenly start seeing adverts for it on the TV, or you'll see things in a magazine, or you'll overhear someone talking about it, and you think, that's weird. How many people have had those so-called coincidences? But they're not. They're signs that your message has been received and that it's being been dispatched, so to speak.
Oh,
You've
magic.
just got to-
Siobhan came in this morning eating a sausage roll. I'm fairly certain there's a message there somewhere about my lunch.
Yeah, she forgot mine.
I see what it is. And you did that because, had you always wanted to be an author?
No, absolutely not.
So why
Thought
did you
never
ask
even-
for that for yourself then?
Because, again, I watched the film and you write down what it is, what goals you want in life,
Yeah.
you know, where do you want to live, what do you want to do, you know, how do you want to live your life. So I started writing it down. Literally a few weeks later, I just got a sudden inspiration, which is what the film say it does. And it's true. It's so true. I got a sudden inspiration to start writing. Now, bearing in mind, I didn't do particularly well at school. English was never my strong subject either. And I suddenly thought, write a book. And the thought that I couldn't write a book never even entered my mind. And yet prior to that, I wouldn't have even dared think about doing something like that, because I would have thought all these obstacles would have come into my mind. Oh, I can't do it, wouldn't know where to start, blah, blah, blah. But I just thought, I'm going to write a book. And I just got my iPad out and I thought, what should I write? I thought, well, I love writing, I love coming up with children's stories for my own children. But lo and behold, the first thing that came out was a rhyme. And I didn't even know I could rhyme. I mean, I used to struggle with roses are red, violets are blue prior to this as well. And it's just incredible. The rhyme came out, Can't Stop Me. And it was literally about how once you realise the power of your mind, you can go anywhere and you can do anything and you can be anything.
And the sky, it seems, is the limit, which is just astonishing. And you were saying as well, you've got 4 kids. And this is a bit of a release from them, because you've got your hands full, haven't you?
I've really got my hands full, definitely. Yeah, they're wonderful, but it is hard work trying to juggle everything. As any mother or any parent or carer out there knows, it can, you know, every day can sometimes feel like a battle, you know. So it's important to find something that relieves that battle a little bit and softens the edges, you know, whatever.
It's a chance to be you, something that's entirely
just
your own.
something that lights up your heart, I mean, your children light up your heart, of course, but, you know, just something that you can say is yours, something that you can focus on, that sort of allows your brain time to, you know, chill out a bit.
Yeah, that's a nice thing. And what do they make of Mom being in print?
I think, to be honest, they've probably taken it in their stride a bit to a certain extent, because they're probably all shocked, as am I. I think we're all still shocked because it sort of came out of nowhere. And I've absolutely done their heads in with rhymes for the past year. So I apologise to all my children, Sam, Jess, Lewis and George. Very sorry about that. But, you know, it's just crazy. It's just amazing. I just think life is amazing.
Well, you've gone through some things, and now apparently you've been contacted by Coronation Street. This is bonkers.
Oh no, it's just crazy, isn't it? Again, Serendipity's record label in America asked me to start writing lyrics for them shortly after, and then ITV contacted me, Mark Bickerton, asked me to come and join their story masterclass in March in Manchester.
Wow.
And yeah, and do you know what? Things are still constantly evolving and moving as we speak. You know, I never know what's going to happen next, or who I'm going to get an email from, or what's going to happen. It's just so exciting. It
surprised you a little bit? It sort of every day seems to be. It's like having a lottery. It's like winning £1 on a scratch card. Buying another scratch card, you get £2. Then another one £75.
Yeah,
and it's getting bigger
like,
and bigger.
Hang on, this is great. Well, it just really proves the power of visualization, the power of law of attraction. I mean, I even invoked. You're going to find this hard to believe, but I invoked the President of the United States of America to contact me via email. That's how powerful visualization is.
Hey, what does that?
Yeah,
what does that mean?
I got an email from Barack Obama late one evening saying he was really touched by the rhyme that's in my book.
Did you?
Yes.
And you asked him to do that?
I didn't ask him to do it, but I visualised. I saw him sending me the reply. I visualised everything. I visualised how I'd feel about it. And that's the thing about visualising. You can't just sit there and think about it. You've got to put emotion into it. You need to feel what it would be like. Get that excitement, because boom, that goes off like a rocket to the universe. And it's like, oh, okay, we'll sort that. There are no obstacles when you truly believe in the power of visualisation.
Be honest, have some people said that you're a bit Billy Bonkers for thinking it?
Loads of people are like, you won't get a reply off it. Well,
yeah.
You know, you must be joking. Well, I got a reply 6 days later. And in fact, the Sun newspaper came out and did a very, very big lengthy story on it. They've still yet to put it in the paper. I don't know why they haven't. But
visualise it. It'll be in tomorrow.
Yeah, this is it. But they were astounded, and they took photographs of the email to prove its authenticity. And we did some research to make sure it was from the president. And yes, he actually writes himself to people in the evening, and that's something he does.
That's incredible. It's just the difference there between Britain and America. Here, we get a lovely letter from the lady in waiting in the post, and then Barack sends an email.
Barack, yeah.
Wow.
Pops to you an email, yeah.
Mr. Obama to me, Barack to you.
Fantastic man, yeah.
That's fine. So, wowza. How did it make you feel?
Oh, my God. You had to peel me off the ceiling. It was late in the evening. It was about 20 to 11 at night, which is about 7 their time. And I'd literally said to my son, it was actually a little bit of a joke a week before. We were talking about Luther and, Idris Elba. And my son said, oh, you love Idris Elba, don't you, Mum? I said, oh, my God, I love that man. I love that programme. And he said, did you know he got invited to the White House? And I said, no, I didn't. He said, yeah, apparently if Barack Obama likes you, invites you. So we joked about it. And I said, right, that's it. Get myself an invite for tea. And we just joked. But, that inspired me then. So I went upstairs, got my iPad out, and I thought, I really like that guy. I don't really get involved in politics, but the few times that I've seen him and clips here and there, there's just an energy about him that's genuine and really passive and really lovely. And I thought, I'm going to write something about this chap. And the poem that I wrote, again, that's another thing about law of attraction. You must act on it immediately. As soon as you get an inspired idea, deal with it. Don't leave it. Procrastination won't serve you at all. So I found out where to send it, went on the official website, put it on there. 6 days later, which is something that's a newspaper astounded at, because apparently our own politicians have to wait longer than that to get a reply. But he must have been really touched by it, because he said, well, he did actually say, I was touched by your words.
That's amazing. So what have you asked for next? Are we allowed to know, or...?
Yes, a big fat lottery win, please. As we all do. But that's, again, I think it's down to your self-belief programming. It's whether or not you really, truly believe on a deep level. So you need to dig down. And if you don't believe it, you can change it and you can make yourself believe it. There are so many things out there on the internet, meditations and all sorts of subliminal programming. You can change your negative patterns for positive ones, and you can change your life today.